Hi, this is Sue Jackson of the Book by Book blog, and I'm here today with a tag video. This is the Booktuber Bio Tag, which I've seen a lot of channels doing. It was created by Jessica's library card, and she created it to celebrate her first anniversary on BookTube. So congratulations, Jessica, and thanks for this fun tag. I was tagged by Daniela at Uncommon Reader. So thank you, Daniela. Prompt 1, who are you? Share a little about yourself as much as you feel comfortable. So I am almost 60. I turned 60 this July. I am currently living in Delaware, a small state on the East Coast in the Mid-Atlantic region. My husband and I and our 2 sons have lived here since 1990, which is kind of mind-blowing now. We never thought we'd be staying in Delaware. My husband and I moved here from New Orleans. I'm originally from Western New York, from Rochester, and he's originally from Oklahoma, and we definitely didn't think we were staying in Delaware. But it's been 35 years, so I guess we're here for good. Our sons are grown now. They are 30 and 27. The 27-year-old lives nearby. We get to see him pretty often. The 30-year-old is on Long Island, and we don't get to see him as often. I had kind of an unusual career. I graduated with a BS in chemical engineering, worked for DuPont for 10 years, and then for a consulting company. And then my career and my life took a big U-turn. My career was focused on quality management systems and environmental management systems, and I loved the work I was doing. But once we had 2 very little kids, it just got to be a lot. I was traveling all the time. My husband was traveling a lot. We were like passing in airports, literally. So in 2000, I decided to take a break from that. I did a lot of writing as a part of my job, and I actually wrote a book. Not exactly bestseller material, but this was my area of expertise. And in 2000, I decided to take a break just to slow our lives down a little bit, to spend more time with my kids. I wanted to give freelance writing a try. I really enjoyed writing and wanted to do more of it. And the idea was to take a break of about 1.5 to 2 years. We figured we had enough savings to cover that. And then go back to work, to consulting, whether with my old company or on my own. Then in 2002, I became chronically ill, though I didn't know it right away. I got a disease, an immune disorder known as ME/CFS. And I've had that for 23 years now. So chronic illness is also a big part of my life. I have continued trying to have a career as a freelance writer. Some years it was pretty successful, other years not so much. I did write another book about living with chronic illness, and I'm working on recording the audiobook for this right now. Chronic illness is now just a normal part of my life. Both of my sons had the same illness. It does have a genetic component. The younger one completely recovered, thank goodness. The older one still has it, but is doing very well. And besides reading, I love to travel. I love nature and the outdoors. Those are my real passions and some of the things that I like to write about. I write all nonfiction. I think novelists are like magicians. I don't know how they do it. My writing is all nonfiction. Besides the books, I write essays. I've written articles about chronic illness. I've written a lot of book reviews. I worked for Shelf Awareness and for Publishers Weekly. I wrote all kinds of reviews and other articles as well for Family Fun magazine. So kind of a varied career. For the last year or so, honestly, I haven't done much writing. I've been focusing more on my YouTube channel and on trying to get that audiobook finished. I'm still editing it. Prompt 2, how long have you been on BookTube? A little over 4 years. My first video was posted February 19th, 2021, although I also posted a collection of bookcase tours that I did in 2020 during the pandemic. Great production quality to those, not to mention pandemic hair, but those are kind of fun to look back on. Yeah, so I've been on BookTube a little over 4 years. 3, what kinds of books do you love to read? Has BookTube had an effect on what you like to read? I read a wide variety, and no, I haven't always. I used to read mainly mysteries and thrillers, as my husband as well, some science fiction. And then shortly after I got sick, I joined my neighborhood book group. And that changed my reading. And then I joined another book group, and sometimes I participated in a third. Book groups changed my reading. They really broadened my idea of what I like to read. So I read about 85% fiction, almost all kinds of fiction. I don't read much romance. I don't read much fantasy, although there are some exceptions. I still love mysteries and thrillers. I really enjoy historical fiction or realistic fiction. I like science fiction, not all kinds, but especially like science fiction thrillers. You can see a good representation of the kind of reading I like just on the shelf behind me. A pretty wide variety of books. And I do read some nonfiction, mostly memoir, but some other nonfiction as well. Oh, and in terms of BookTube influencing my reading, I would say yes, not in the types of books I read, but in specific book recommendations. For instance, last summer I read Lonesome Dove because I had heard so many people on BookTube say what an amazing book it was. And I don't think I would have read it otherwise. And also reading events on BookTube have had an impact on my reading, including June on the Range, which is why I read Lonesome Dove last year, both for my own Big Book Summer Challenge and also for June on the Range. And yeah, the recommendations and the event kind of gave me the extra motivation. Prompt 4, what do you enjoy about making BookTube videos? Talking about books. I love to talk about books. And as someone who often lives a fairly isolated life because of my chronic illness, I'm in a good period right now. I've been feeling pretty good since around, beginning of March. So I have been able to see friends and family, but sometimes my chronic illness is very isolating. And especially during those times, sitting down like this to make a video, even if I am all alone in the house, talking to myself, there's no one else here, it brings a sense of community. And I love that. And I really enjoy making BookTube videos. But prompt 5 is, what do you not enjoy about making BookTube videos? The editing! And I am so impressed by people that can make their videos without any editing. That's just not me. Mine require lots of editing. Some of that is my chronic illness, because my allergies, because my immune system doesn't work right. I've got terrible allergies. So half the time I'm sniffling or wiping my nose, or I need lots and lots of drinks of water while I'm recording, or herbal tea, because my throat gets dry really easily. So normally I edit all that stuff out. Also sometimes, and again, I've been doing pretty well the last few months, but sometimes the cognitive issues affect me, particularly with word finding. So there are some videos where I'll be in the middle of talking about something and then just like stare dumbly at the camera for 5 minutes while I try to think of the very ordinary word I was trying to say. So yeah, my videos require editing. And editing it's tedious, it's time consuming, but that's just a part of it. Prompt 6, what videos on your channel are you the most proud of? Well, I would say my personal favorites are our travel videos and my outdoor nature videos. I've done a lot of those, of our camping trips to various places. Of just this March, I did a series of vlogs on our month-long road trip down to Texas and back. I really enjoy making those. I enjoy looking at them. It's one of my favorite parts of my channel, even though they don't get nearly as many views as my book videos. I'm also very proud of my chronic illness videos, in particular the informative ones, where, and this is what, I've had a book blog and a chronic illness blog for 18 years, and that's what that's all about too, is being able to pass useful information on to other people who are searching for answers. My son and I have found a lot of treatments that have helped us, and being able to share that information or about anything that has helped us, like diet, it makes my illness and the suffering that I've had feel like it had some purpose. So I'm very proud of those as well. In terms of book videos, it's hard to pick a single one. I do a lot of the same things throughout the year. Friday reads, monthly wrap-ups, tag videos. I do like the tag videos like this one that have a little bit of a personal background. That's always fun to me. I think some of my favorite videos are the ones for Big Book Summer, because I just love that event every year. And some of my year-end videos. It's always fun to talk about what my favorite books of the whole year were. Prompt 7, is there anything you wish was different about BookTube? I've been pretty pleased with my experience and certainly with the community on BookTube. It's just amazing. I guess it's not BookTube itself, but I wish that I had more time for watching videos from the channels I love, for more time for exploring and finding new channels, just time for keeping up with all the videos I want to watch. That's my biggest challenge. Prompt 8, name 3 books that you have reviewed on your channel that you feel represent who you are as a reader. So I don't usually do separate review videos, like of a single book. But in my Friday reads and in my month-end summaries, I certainly do little mini reviews of books. And as I said, I do read a wide variety of books. So choosing 3 that represent me as a reader was challenging. But I picked Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. The characteristics of this book that represent me as a reader, things that I love in a book. It's a science fiction thriller. Always enjoyed that. It is fast-paced and exciting. It's got a fabulous sense of humor, which is always a plus for me. I love a book with a sense of humor. And it has a lot of surprises. I just finished reading another book that was similar, just kept surprising me. I love that in a book. The Last Ranger by Peter Heller. It's a mystery thriller, which, as I said, I do still enjoy quite a bit, but with a hefty dose of nature. I love all of Peter Heller's nature-focused thrillers. Up on the high shelf here where you can't see, I've got Alice Henderson's series too about Alex Carter, also outdoor thrillers. Love those kind of books. I like the mystery thriller aspect. I love the focus on nature. And this one is actually set in a national park in Yellowstone. Peter Heller, he writes great thrillers, but his nature writing is exquisite. It is beautiful. And in particular, reading this book while out in nature, I happen to have read this one while we were on a camping trip last fall. It's just, I'm in my happy place. And as I mentioned, last summer, I read Lonesome Dove for Big Book Summer. It's a very big book. And for June on the Range, this book blew me away. And what it represents and what I like as a reader is it's historical fiction, great historical detail, really in-depth characters, lots of emotional depth, and most importantly, it does have a sense of humor. It made me laugh out loud many times. It also made me sob twice. And if a book can make me laugh and cry, that's the best it can get in my eyes in terms of reading, when a book makes you feel like that. So I think those 3 books help represent the breadth of my reading and what I enjoy. Prompt 9, name 3 booktubers whose content inspires you. Oh, there were so many to choose from. I mean, I could have easily chose 10. First of all, Book Chat with Pat. I am just so inspired and impressed by her poise, by her calm demeanor. Her videos are just so calming, but also she's got great content. I love to hear her not only talk about the books she's currently reading, but the books she has taught as an English teacher over decades. And maybe that's why she's such a good speaker as well, her many years of teaching experience. And she's one of those people who, some of her videos, I'll watch it and at the end, I'll think to myself, she just did that in a single take. Like, it's clear there was no editing in it. That just floors me. I don't know how people do that. And along those lines, Kevin Toll Reads. Really enjoy Kevin's channel. He does the same thing. He records his videos without editing, and I am hugely impressed by that. Love his content. He's got a wide variety of content. What most impresses me about Kevin, though, is his volume. I don't know how he does it. For a while, he was posting like 9 or 10 videos a week. I was talking to him, chatting with him about this recently, and he said he's down to about 5 to 6 per week, and that feels like a good balance for him. I mean, I try to get out 2 videos a week, and that takes a lot of time and energy. So very impressed by Kevin's talent, his poise and not needing to edit, and his volume, how he manages so many videos in a week. And part of that is not having to edit. And for my 3rd, I chose Daniela at Uncommon Reader. I think Daniela and I have become really good virtual friends, even though we're on different continents. I wish I could meet her in person because I think we would be real life friends. I really enjoy watching her videos. Her channel is just great. She's got wonderful content, but also I love her enthusiasm for books and for life. I love her positive outlook. I just really enjoy watching her videos. And finally, prompt 10, share the love. It can be challenging to find your audience, so name 3 booktubers who you think need more hype. And I am doubling up. These are also the booktubers that I'm tagging for this video, because by doing this tag, other booktubers will get to know them better, or other viewers. So I'm tagging Nikki at My Messy Bookshelf, Linda at Lilybug's Library, and T Hearts Books, a newer discovery for me. I encourage you to visit all 3 of those channels. They've all got some great content. So that's it for the Booktuber Bio Tag. Even if I didn't tag you, if you like the sound of this tag video, please feel free to join the fun. And whether you have a BookTube channel or not, let me know in the comments down below what 3 books you would choose to characterize yourself as a reader. I'd love to hear about them.